And today we're joined by Chairman and CEO of flyExclusive, Mr. Jim Segrave, here at the static display for NBAA-BACE 2020. Jim, thanks for being here today. I really appreciate you making the time. What a day.
So appreciate you having me here. This couldn't be any cooler setup. I didn't know this was happening. I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Well, tell us, you guys have had some big news recently on several fronts. So start to unpack it for me. What's the biggest news at flyExclusive these days?
So we agreed, signed a merger agreement just earlier this week to take the company public. I think that was probably the biggest news we launched. But then just 24 hours later, to invest in that customer experience, we ordered a little over $300 million worth of airplanes the next day. So it's been a very busy week. I'm about to lose my voice. I've talked so much, I think.
Now, what all airplanes did you order?
We ordered more Citations. We already had a bunch of CJ3 Pluses on order, and we've ordered some XLSs and Longitudes as well. Now we've got the full gamut of light, mid, super mid. I haven't jumped into the fractional side of the heavies yet, but maybe one of these days.
You're still thinking about that?
Yeah, one of these days. Yeah.
Forward-looking statements. You're public now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. I'm learning still. You got to keep me out of trouble here.
No, congratulations on all the great news. I'm super excited for your company. Let's talk about the demand you're seeing for corporate aviation. Are we still seeing the same strong demand that we saw in 21? Is it carrying through for you?
So far, the demand has been completely elastic. It's more a function of how many airplanes you have than the demand. You could fly everything. If you had twice as many airplanes, you'd fly twice as many trips. But we're flying about 5,000 hours a month now, and I think a big portion of that's the challenge with airlines, the lack of flexibility in schedules, the cancellations, and then there's the factor of the exposure to the virus, and flying private with just your family and just your business group. It eliminates that exposure, and I think that's driven a lot of people to private aviation that might not have otherwise been there.
So let's talk about your business model, because one of the things that I think people may not know is that flyExclusive has excellent reliability because of the way that you've built your business. How have you been able to tackle the reliability in these challenging supply chain times I think I'm going to put some words in your mouth because you're public now. From our research, flyExclusive is one of the most reliable operators in the U.S. on dispatch reliability, from we're told.
There's a lot of factors to that. One of them that has helped a ton is that all of our airplanes are American made, and we get American parts that are made in America and able to be shipped easier. So that helps a lot. We're the second largest operator of Citations in the world. So we've got a great relationship with Textron, and they support us in a terrific way, a great partnership with them. And the other part of it is we're bringing maintenance in-house. We were doing 80% of our maintenance on the road, and now we're pulling that to 80% of our maintenance in-house is the intention. Hired 150 mechanics in just the last 4 months. We're going to hire another 100 mechanics in the next 4 months. We're up to about 55% of our maintenance completed in-house now, and we work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which was probably the biggest difference, because you can get your work done from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, everywhere else in the world, and that's about 30% of any given week. And so if you can do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're tripling your output. That makes our planes more available for our clients. It allows us to have more capacity in the event of an irregular operation or a mechanical along the way. And and then on top of that, you've got the team, the business family, the culture that we have has been incredibly powerful of people that want to deliver on top of everything else.
So by your business strategy, what does that truly mean for the end customer?
It's a better customer experience. So from day one, we've invested in the customer experience. We've invested in our people. We've invested in technology, much more so than we have in marketing. And ironically, that's driven sales, because our customers are responsible for 50% of our referrals. And so we deliver at a higher level, and then the customers that are on board are referring us at a higher level. So it's worked out really well to do that. All of our airplanes either are or will be very shortly painted the same. We have a state-of-the-art paint and interior facility in Kinston, North Carolina. We have an interior shop, and we're doing our own maintenance. And so we're headed very close to a fully integrated, maybe one of the only fully integrated private aviation companies in the space, even to the point of we're about to start doing our training in-house. Because the problem of growing the business today isn't about hiring pilots. We're one of the top 5 operators in the country out of about 2,000. So we can recruit from all the other ones that are smaller than us fairly easily, but then can we train them? And so when we get them in, we've got to be able to send them to the simulator to get training. So that's the bottleneck. Can we get enough slots to get training? So we're buying those simulators now.
I saw a press announcement that you guys are spending millions of dollars on hangar facilities and new hangars. Tell me about that.
So we've got it's about a $110 million infrastructure project, which goes along with the simulators that we're talking about bringing into town as well. So it's a new corporate office center, training center, additional maintenance space to continue building out that MRO interior shop as well, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week maintenance work. We're going to offer that service to the outside as well. We're already doing paint and interior jobs to the outside, so that's been a new line of business for us and new customers we're building with that. Very excited about that. We have an incredible team of paint technicians and interior shop people that it's amazing to watch them do their craft. They've got a passion for it that's just incredible to be a part of.
So I was talking to another CEO who will remain nameless, and they said out of all the CEOs of operators to have their desk on the hangar floor, it would be Jim Segrave. Is that true? Are you going to put your desk or a desk like Elon Musk on the shop floor to keep making sure your planes are going out the hangar?
I walk that hangar floor. I consider it one of my most important jobs. I walk that operation 4 times a day. And it's not necessarily with an agenda other than to be a part of it, to see what's going on. You can learn so much just walking the floor, just walking the offices, saying hello to people. How's your day going? What's challenging you today? And I'm very, very close to the business. I stay very tight to what's happening with it. And you keep a pulse of what's going on by doing that.
Well, I don't think anybody's ever claimed that you're an ivory tower CEO.
No, absolutely not. I'm out there. I mean, I'm a pilot as well.
Do you still take trips? Do you still fly a little bit?
I still fly myself. I'm going to fly myself home tomorrow.
Really?
So, I do. I've got a little over 10,000 hours, and I'm typed in most of the airplanes we operate. And still fly 200 hours plus a year. So.
Do you think that helps you relate to the pilot workforce right now?
No doubt, no doubt at all. Plus, I've flown what they're doing. I've been on the road. I've flown 800, 1,000 hours a year, a couple of years to get to that 10,000. I don't fly many now, but I used to fly a lot more. But so I've been on the road, and I know what it's like to be away from your family. I know what it's like to be missing soccer games and dance recitals and how hard that is. Pilots don't get paid to fly. No. They get paid to be away from home. And so you have a better, just understanding of what they're going through, and can I don't know if it's sympathize with them or you've lived it when you do that, and I think that goes a long way with our team.
Well, if you understand what a crew meal tastes like, I think that they somehow appreciate it.
Yes. Well, a lot of times just getting one at all. You're like, hey, I'm flying 6 legs today. Can I possibly get a meal in the middle of those legs? And having lived that life, that's really important. If you're going to go that hard, please take a little better care of me on the road.
Well, it sounds like you're well positioned for the future. I got a question for you that's kind of offbeat. Where do you see the limits of our industry? Do you think that we're going to be supersonic in a few years? Do you think we're going to
How wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I mean, where do you think that we're going to go in a few years?
I think that's possible. I think going supersonic would be really incredible, especially as a pilot. I'd like to go do that. I think that's a ways off probably, and hopefully hopefully it happens before I retire. Who knows?
Well, that's incredible. Jim, thank you so much for joining me today on the NBAA static display. We really appreciate you making the time. I'm going to come check out your airplanes over here before we leave today, and thank you so much.
I want you to come check out my operation as well. I'd love to have you to Kinston sometime. Thank you for having me today. This is a terrific setup. What a great place to do what you do, and thanks for what you do for the industry. I think it brings in interest from young people that see what you do and maybe want to learn to fly, and we all need that. So I appreciate what you do for the industry.
Hey, thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we'll be back after this.